If your students were displaced, those students were permitted to attend any school where they were living. The school district had to take them in. So if I had somebody that was displaced from Belmar and they couldn't go to the school, like Lavalette School was completely shut down, if they wanted to come in, we had to take them. You were not allowed to. Also, you have to be cognizant of feeding the children because of free and reduced lunches. Everyone got lunch. We did not, well, we kept logs, we kept track of it, but every single child was given a hot meal. So we made sure every child was fed. With that being said, then, what we decided to do as our Board of Education, we made the commitment that we were going to pick our children up because, as she nicely said, they needed a warm, learning, comfortable environment to come back to, and the only thing they had was school. And school was their family away from home. So we wanted that stability to be brought back. So we were committed to wherever the children were, we were going to come get them. And that was the farthest we had to go. But we do go all the way to Manahawkin. So we've traveled about 60 miles and come back. So as Ray was saying, it equates to a lot of dollars. It's costly. But when you're dealing with children, and I'm too compassionate about kids, no distance was too far for us. I was determined to have those kids to have some kind of stability back in their life.
I work for the association, and I'm the field service rep for all of these districts that are in Monmouth and half of the ones in Ocean that have been directly impacted by the storm. My heart breaks when I go into these districts and I hear the stories of what everybody has experienced. But what I have seen happen in these districts as I go in to work with them now, every single one of the boards of education are amazing. Every single one of the administrators really need to be thanked beyond belief for the jobs that they are doing to make our children be safe and secure. I think they've all done such a tremendous job, and I am so proud to be able to work with these districts whenever I go in. I mean, I just really have to say it, because these are, I feel, my people. And, you know, they are part of me, and they are making me be very proud of what I do. I mean, I really thank you all.
First, Ray, I'd like to thank you for inviting us here today. School boards, I believe I received a call the next day after the storm, and consistently every 2 days. So when you say you may only contact 500, I would say times that by 3 or 4, because I received quite a few calls after that. So I want to thank you for your support. And as Walter said, the National Guard and the state police, if we didn't have them, especially around the beach area, I'd be real concerned for the safety of some of our students, so thank you. I'm actually glad I was interviewed for that piece as well, but I had a wool hat on, I didn't shave, so I think they picked someone that looked a lot better. She's more articulate than I am as well, so I've learned in leadership to find people that are more talented than you, to keep them close to you. So Lisa will probably talk more than me, but I want to share some things with you. One of the common threads, we do have some differences, in fact. Brick is obviously a lot larger than Belmar. We have 570 students. But the one thing you're talking about consistently is communication. And whenever I speak to teachers after they come back from a workshop, I talk to them, what did you get from the workshop that you can use immediately? And I just have some simple things that I can probably give to you that we didn't think of beforehand. We were lucky enough to have our email system on Gmail, so we were not dependent on a server. I have some friends that are superintendent, and that was very challenging for them. So I would recommend some type of cloud-based or a system in France. I never heard of that before.
I was shocked.
Yeah, number one. Secondly, just by luck, we had a few different cellular providers. Verizon was working. AT&T was not. I probably shouldn't say that with companies, but but we're not going to change that because we think in the future it might be the opposite. So it's good for your administration to have different cell providers. So if there's a communication problem, that you're using your smartphone, that one administrator can use that other than another. Always have gas in your, my neighbor had it, I did not, in your garage, because you can, if you have a plug into your phone, you can, without electricity, you can sit in your car, which I did, plugged in, and just kept pouring gas into my car to be able to communicate with people. So these little things that seem small are real important when it comes down to an emergency. Secondly, I would probably recommend that you know of friends outside of a particular area and what type of internet service they have. So if you do have Gmail or some way to communicate that's in a cloud-based, that you can go to different people to use their computers to communicate. The Belmar story, really, the way it started was the Mayor Doherty, weeks before, or I should say a week before the storm, consistently we had a meeting. 8 o'clock, I think it was, in the morning, and 5 o'clock at night. So we could count on that communication, and we kept that through the storm when we had 2 weeks of no power. So that's something I would recommend as well. And the way that we were able to respond in the fashion that we did was kind of by luck. I established a faculty meeting. I think it was the day after the storm or the following day. A teacher from a previous school district emailed me and said, "What can I do to help?" And I just thought, well, you know what? If there's people that are willing to help, then not just our staff. Then I invited some other districts that went across Facebook, and we had 100 staff members from all over the local area to help. The one probably mistake that we made was when the teams came in, we made our teams a little bit too large. As you can see, the team that was going out with Lisa, they were more 3 or 4 in a team. We were thinking 10 because there's going to be a need to move things and to help people. It's better to have small teams and then with communication add teams to go to locations, because a lot of times when we were going to places, whether it's to clean out homes or to give them supplies, there were times where we went out and there was no one there. So if you send small teams out of 3 to 5 and then communicate, I was at town hall with the mayor and the council, and they had their own volunteer organization, and I was with them, and Lisa and I were communicating. Those are some things that we learned.